Okay, so this video is for people who want to know about question pools. If you aren't feeling particularly comfortable about Sakai, you've set up your test and quiz and you really don't want to do more, please don't watch this video. It really isn't important. So what question pools allow you to do is kind of literally have a folder that's got all your questions in. So from year to year, you could pull certain questions out of the question pool and use them instead of having to rewrite quizzes every year. So it can be quite useful. So if you click on the top, so just in case you're not on this right screen, click on tests and quizzes, click on the top here on question pools. Okay, you can see I've got some already. So a global geophysics pool. Let's add a new pool. I'm going to call it plate tectonics because that's what we've been doing in our quiz. I'm the owner. You can add all different things. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to click save. And you can see it down here. Now, you can add subpools. I've never done that. You can do all these other things. So I'm going to go to the questions I've already got and add them to this pool. So I'm going to click back here on assessments. I'm going to go down to this, my quiz I've already got. I'm going to go down to edit. And so this is definitely the longer way of doing it. So I've already got questions. I'm now adding them to a pool. And so it would be much easier to create the question and while creating the question, add it to the pool. It saves you having to do this step. But since we haven't done that, we're going to go add them to a pool now. So I'm going to each question, I'm clicking on edit. I'm scrolling down to the bottom here, and you can see where it says assign to question pool. I'm going to go down here and go to plate tectonics and go save. And I'm going to do that with all the questions. So you can see you have to have created the pool first. You can't, there's no button in here to say new pool within each question. Okay, plate tectonics. Save. And so you can see the benefit of this is that if you import these tests and quizzes into the following year, you could just go to question pools. Here's our plate tectonics question pool. And here are all the questions inside that pool. Whereas previously, if I had like copied the quiz from one year to the other, it would have been exactly the same. Whereas here, I think you can highlight questions and add them, or you could take certain questions and add them to a new quiz. So it just gives you some flexibility later on. Okay, if we click back now on the tests and quizzes button, I'll show you how we can add different parts to your quiz. So you go to the quiz itself, under working copies, you go to edit, and you can see I'm in quiz 1 already, and at the top here it says add part. So all of this will be part of part 1. You could make a part 2. So title, maybe part 1 is focusing particularly on plate boundaries, and part 2 is on, or I think it will automatically say part 2, I'll say on heat transfer. Can add information. Questions authored one by one, random draw from pool. So this is where I could each year make new quizzes drawing questions randomly from pools. But I'll rather click with the first one, questions authored one by one, question ordering. I'm going to leave it all the same. Okay, so you can see here's my part 1 where I've got my 3 questions, and here my part 2 starts. So probably what I would do is, because these two talk about plate boundaries, I'll leave them in part 1. But this part 2 is about heat transfer, so I would actually go and remove this question from here. I'm not worried that I'm going to lose it forever because I know that it's saved in the question pool. So I'm going to click here under part 2 for heat transfer, go copy from pool, go, oh, I don't want the whole thing, but I'm not sure how to get into it. I'm just going to go copy. I don't know what happened there, but I would have assumed it would work. Let's try one more time. Probably from there. It shows that I've got 3 questions. Maybe I didn't click it properly. Select, okay, copy. Okay, I would assume that it would work. It does not seem to work. I don't know if I'm maybe doing something wrong. If we click on edit, no. Okay, so that's what I would think it would work in theory. Maybe it doesn't work in practice, or maybe I'm just doing something wrong. I mean, there is something unusual about the fact that this is white instead of gray. Let's see if I copy from a different pool. Copy. No, it still hasn't done it. Okay, so that in my mind is how it should work in theory. Maybe don't split your thing up into parts and then you'll save yourself the trouble. Let's see if we go to preview if it shows anything. Part 2, no. Okay, so it hasn't worked. So that's how I think it would work. Maybe just leave your thing as one part.